Shoe Stories, Black Andrea High Heels. Hi, this is Kat, and today I have another episode for Shoe Stories. Not all shoes have great and long stories, but they're definitely here to be remembered. This is the story of the Black Andrea High Heels, or as I like to call them, the star of the channel. Let me tell you a little bit about the brand. So, the brand Andrea is a Mexican brand founded in 1973 in Mexico City. It started like a small workshop, focused on making affordable and great quality shoes, according to their website. As the demand for shoes grew, Andrea moved their production to a factory in León, Guanajuato in 1981. This city, León, Guanajuato, is known as the capital of shoes because it's a shoe producer's city. Around 70% of the shoes produced in Mexico are produced there. From 1981 onwards, Andrea started growing and selling their products on catalogs and stores in Mexico and in other countries. They have a wide range of products and footwear for all ages. And also, they sell blankets, things for home, curtains and pillows, etc. Actually, this year, they're celebrating their 50th anniversary. Yeah, 50 years. Wow, that's a long time. So the model of these Andrea shoes is the 1221-7. And they are from the catalog Fall Winter of 2013-2014. The color of these shoes, as you can see, is black with red insoles. And the heel height is 12 centimeters. That's about 4.7 inches, I would say these are like stiletto heels, the type of the heel is kind of slim, and they're kind of tall, so stiletto heels. In Spanish, here inside, the label says corte vacuno, which is upper, cowhide leather, forro sintético, synthetic lining, and suela antiderrapante, synthetic non-slip sole. They're made in Mexico, a 100% Mexican brand, and the size of these shoes is 5 Mexico, 38 Europe, and 8 US. And they're kind of comfortable, for tall stilettos, they're very comfy to wear. The texture is very smooth. I have taken great care of them, so they still look pretty good. And the weight, well, it's kind of light, it's great for traveling, and the tips are pointy. When you have a design like this and the tips are pointing like outside, it may look like you're wearing the heel in the wrong foot. At least that's what some people have commented on the videos of me shining these heels, but I think it's just like a visual effect. Also, the camera. So, story. Back in 2013, many years before the lockdown and the spike in online sales, products were sold in physical catalogs. You remember that, right? At least in Mexico was so common, but I like to think it was also the case in other parts of the world. One of my aunts was a dressmaker. That meant that many people visited her every day, bringing, clothes to fix, just to chat, or to sell their products. I still have the memories of going through the never ending chunky catalogs. Sometimes it was very overwhelming, but other times it was fun. I was always so excited to see the new designs, colors, trends. In general, I don't follow trends, but I'm always curious. That year, I had to attend a vela, which means a traditional celebration party in my hometown. The community I am from is ruled by traditions and costumes, so you're expected to follow a dress code. And the dress code for women is the following: traje regional, which is enagua and a huipil. I would say is a long skirt, let's call it that way, and a blouse. So both are made usually with one color fabric and a colorful hand embroidery. The embroidery can be, patterns like kind of squares, but mostly flowers. So maybe you recognize this costume from Frida Kahlo's painting and pictures. She used to wear traditional costumes from my hometown. Days before the festivities, I had everything ready to put on some makeup and dance all night. But I didn't have shoes to go with the traditional costume. I remember someone had dropped a catalog at my aunt's workshop. So the whole family and people who visited her checked it and I decided to dive into the catalog. As you know, and as I have said in some of the videos, I'm petite. But yeah, my size of shoes is larger than you would expect for someone my height. So it was impossible for me to borrow shoes from my cousin or my mom because their shoe size is smaller. Therefore, I had to hurry and choose a pair of high heels so they arrived on time. I started flipping and flipping the pages of the catalog until something caught my attention. These red insoles, in contrast with the black leather, looked so amazing. I remember thinking, oh wow, that is such a nice feature. It gives, something different to the heels. I wrote down the details in the notebook, specifically dedicated to orders. Crossed my fingers, or like we say in Spanish, changuitos, and hope the shoes arrived on time. Back in those days, the delivery times weren't as fast as now, at least in my hometown. So after crossing my fingers for so many days waiting for the shoes, my aunt's friend delivered the new high heels 2 days before the party. She handed me the box, I paid her, I rushed to open the box, and immediately I fell in love with them. I tried these beautiful high heels, and I felt very tall and comfy. 2 days later, I wore them, and I got all dressed up for the party, ready with my new high heels and ready to dance all night. After that day, I wore them to parties and special events. I liked them so much that I wanted them to last for such a long time. So after years of dancing with these beautiful high heels, I put them in a box to keep them safe. This was, of course, until I started the channel. I had almost forgotten about them. I have so many shoes and I don't keep a track of them, but I found them and decided to make a video with them. Yeah, who would know that they will become the star of the channel? The most watched videos are with these heels. The first one was in León, Guanajuato, and the video has over 600,000 views. And the other one is in Mexico City, and the video has over 500,000 views. Yeah, that's a lot. As I said, they don't have a special story, but they have a great presence. Yeah, they're just amazing and one of my favorite high heels of all times. Well, I hope you like this video. Let me know please in the comments what you think about this hand makeup and this setup for the video. I don't know, I'm trying something different. Let's see what the video turns out. And thank you so much for 2 years of Shushank with Kat. Thank you so much to my patrons. And thank you for everything. I hope you like this video. Subscribe, thumbs up, and see you in the next video. Bye. I didn't want to make so many sounds, so it didn't interfere with the voice. But yeah, you let me know in the comments what you think about it. And if you wanted more noises or what, I'm still testing.